Yo, what's up? It's your boy Jay Ice representing the Bronx, New York, and this is the Madman's Rant. I like to come to the people from time to time and speak about some things that are on my mind. I like sports, music, literature, entertainment, world events. I have a variety of different interests, and I like to share them with like minds with people of different opinions. Today's topic is going to be building healthy relationships and setting boundaries. Building healthy relationships are very important. Part of what makes human beings the apex predators, the most highly evolved animals on the planet, is the fact that we are more intelligent, first of all, than any other animal species on the planet, allegedly, and also that we are more social than any other species of animal on the planet, which is to say that people need other people. No man or woman is an island unto themselves. With that being said, though, not all relationships are healthy relationships. Not all relationships are positive. Not all relationships are fruitful, beneficial to us. So today I want to focus on setting boundaries and establishing healthy relationships. As I've gotten older, I've learned to see myself when I'm trying to build or establish relationships with people, whether it be with family members, friends, co-workers, or even enemies. There are certain elements that exist, just like the earth, as a planet. There are certain elements that make up the planet, earth, wind, fire, water, electricity. I believe that healthy relationships also consist of certain healthy elements or aspects, Now, a lot of times when I have this conversation with people and I ask them, what would you think, are the most important aspects or elements of a healthy relationship? Almost without fail, 9 out of 10 people say love. Love is the most important thing in building a healthy relationship. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's incorrect. I'm going to tell you why love is not the most important thing in building a healthy relationship, okay? Much like the planet, we ourselves, when building a healthy relationship, should seek out the 4 relationship elements. Okay, this is what I believe. I believe there are 4 foundational things that a healthy, productive relationship should be built upon. Okay, those things are respect, trust, loyalty, and honesty. Okay, now hear me out. Love can exist in a space where none of those things exist. Okay? You can be in a relationship with somebody and you can love them and not respect that person. You cannot respect their opinion, you cannot respect their ideas, you cannot respect their feelings, but you can have love in your heart for that person. You understand? You can love somebody and you cannot trust them. You cannot believe a fucking word that comes out of their mouth, even though you love them. Okay? You can disrespect somebody that you love. You don't necessarily respect everybody that you love. You understand what I'm saying? And you can love somebody and you can lie to them. So love is not actually a foundational aspect of a healthy relationship. Love can exist in a space where other unhealthy elements have already flourished. You understand what I'm saying? But to have a healthy relationship, there has to be trust. There has to be respect. There has to be honesty. There has to be loyalty. Now, if you have these things, and then you add love to the mix, now you have the foundation, for a strong and powerful connection, a relationship that's truly worth holding on to, something that can last, throughout your entire life. And like I said, that's what family, friends, lovers, co-workers, there has to be honesty, there has to be love, there has to be, there has to be respect and trust. There has to be. Okay? When you call yourself trying to sacrifice these things, you're going to find more often than not that the relationship is going to be unproductive or it's going to be unsatisfying to you as a person. If you try to engage in a relationship with somebody that you don't trust, You try to engage in a relationship with somebody who doesn't respect you. You try to engage in a relationship with somebody who's not honest to you, who's not honest with you, pardon me. If you engage in a relationship with somebody who's disloyal, you're going to find yourself very unhappy. You know? Now, out of fear of loneliness, in my observation, I watch a lot of people, you know, a lot of people settle for these relationships where these things don't exist, and they wind up being miserable after the fact. You know, a lot of people are afraid of being alone. A lot of people would rather be in a shit and piss relationship than to be alone. It's terrible. I think it's pathetic, honestly. You know, it's a sign of terrible weakness. But I also acknowledge that everybody's level of emotional strength is different. You know, I pride myself on being particularly emotionally strong. You know, but I realize that not everybody's the same. And I see a lot of people settling for bullshit that they really shouldn't be settling for. You feel me? In order to build a healthy relationship, you also have to set boundaries. You know, boundaries are very, very important. You are in life, you're going to get what you put up with. You're going to get what you put up with. If you put up with bullshit, if you take bullshit, that's what the fuck you're going to get from people. If you accept people lying to you, they're going to lie to you. If you accept people disrespecting you, they're going to disrespect you. If you expect people cheating on you, they're going to fucking cheat on you. You get what you put up with. Okay? So you got to set boundaries. You got to set boundaries with your friends. You got to set boundaries with your family. You got to set boundaries with your lover, with your coworkers. Boundaries are of crucial importance, because when you don't set boundaries, you put yourself at a disadvantage in life. You know? You put yourself at a disadvantage because if you don't let people know what's acceptable to you as a human being, as a person, what's acceptable to you, then they're going to treat you however the fuck they feel like treating you, you know? And if it's their way to treat everybody else in their life like shit, then you ain't nobody special, you know? So you got to set boundaries. You got to be clear when you set your boundaries also. Your boundaries can't be vague. They have to be well-defined, you know? If you don't like to be spoken to a certain way, you got to make it clear to every fucking body, listen, this is unacceptable. I'm not going to tolerate that shit. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? If you want people to behave a certain way in your home, you have to let that be known early. And there can be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't be fucking wishy-washy with the boundaries either. You know, they got to be firm. They got, you know, nothing should be set in stone, you know. But at the same time, only you know what you're willing to accept and what you're capable of taking emotionally, psychologically, mentally as a human being. Users, we all know them. We all have them in our family. We all have them in our social circle. Users, you got to set boundaries. You got to set boundaries. You got to set boundaries. Users are, how can I put this? An unavoidable nuisance in life. There will always be somebody with a fucking sob story, some freeload motherfucker, you know, somebody looking for support, somebody looking to make their fucking way in the world off your fucking back. There's always going to be that. But you got to be able to spot these people, you got to know who they are, and you got to call them out on their bullshit and cut them the fuck off. Okay? Because it's one thing to help. It's one thing to care, you know? But you got to always love yourself and care about yourself more than anybody else. Because you can't do anything for anybody else if you're not taking care of you. You feel me? So you got to set boundaries. You got to set boundaries with users. You got to set boundaries with abusers. You got to recognize abusers. Abusers, much like users, are an unavoidable nuisance in life. That you know, you're going to meet somebody at least once in your life. You're going to be involved in an abusive relationship. You know? Women act like the shit only happens to them. You know, I've been with some very abusive ass disrespectful ass fucking females. So it happens to men too. You know, especially as black men, we're not trained to see ourselves as victims. So we don't always recognize when we're in an abusive situation, you know. But it happens. It happens. You know, you got women, more often than not, women are verbally and emotionally and psychologically abusive because they can't be physically, violently abusive towards men the same way that we can towards them. So their abuse comes in a different form, but it exists. Okay? So you gotta set boundaries. Really, there's no boundaries to be set with abusers. You gotta recognize that you're being abused and you gotta cut the motherfuckers off. You know? Similar, you know, to the user, you gotta recognize them. You gotta eliminate these people from your life. You gotta, you know, because these are the kinds of people that lead to unnecessary additional frustration, anger, depression, shit like that. People that don't serve, people that don't bring value to your life serve no purpose, in my opinion. I don't need no fucking body around me just to be around. I ain't fucking lonely. If you don't make me fucking happy, what the fuck I need you around for? If you don't make me laugh, if you don't make me smile, if we don't enjoy each other's company, if we're not having a good time, then what the fuck you here for? You know what I'm saying? So we gotta set boundaries. You know, friends, family, lovers, co-workers, it doesn't matter. You know, we gotta set clear boundaries. And we have to recognize abusers. Okay? Building healthy relationships has long-term effects on your life, on your health, on your happiness. Okay? Believe it or not, it does. It doesn't make you a bad person to put you first. Never let people fucking make you feel that way. It does not make you a bad person. It does not make you a selfish person to put you first. Because again, you can help no one if you are not taking care of you. So first and foremost, you got to make sure your shit is, you got to make sure your shit is all right. You got to make sure your heart and your mind and your soul and your conscience is healthy and whole and clear, and that you feeling good about you and who you are. Okay? Trust, respect, loyalty, honesty, the 4 relationship elements. The foundation of healthy relationships. If you like today's topic, please like, share, subscribe. Send me your comments, you know. Tell me how you feel. I'm interested to know what you think about building healthy relationships. How you feel?